You know, I've noticed a pattern among intellectually disabled people when we're on the topic of video games. It's that turn-based video games are usually a turn-off for them. Whether it's because they don't think it's fun, or they think it's too slow, or too outdated. Whatever the reason may be, they all agree that turn-based games suck ass and they'd much rather play their 50-hour glorified cut... I apologize. I meant to say immersive action-adventure game. In any case, in the defense of some of my favorite games of all time, I will be listing out all the reason why all of you are f***ing retarded! This is probably the most prominent argument against turn-based combat, and it's also arguably the dumbest one. You see, when the only turn-based game you've ever played in your life is Pokemon, yeah, I'm not surprised you think they're outdated. But alas, we live in a modern age where innovation is rare, but when it does appear, oh boy, it's good. Case in point, Expedition 33. Now, I know everyone and their mother-in-law has been talking about this game ever since it came out, and it's also conveniently the perfect game to use as an example for innovation in an quote-unquote outdated combat system. Every combat encounter in this game feels buttery smooth, and once you get a feel for it, it flows like water. It takes a lot from Persona, which is another great turn-based game, and somehow managed to build upon an already amazing combat system, and the best part, the game actively encourages you to use the unique mechanics it offers. All of its mechanics are beautifully integrated into the combat and doesn't make them feel like gimmicks or unnecessary additions. They're a necessity. Another great example is the aforementioned Persona. Now, I can't speak on Persona 1 and 2 because I haven't played them, but 3 to 5 is fair game. I wouldn't say they're as good as Expedition 33's combat because Persona's is purely turn-based, whereas Expedition 33 has some real-time aspects like parrying, dodging, timing your attacks, etc., etc. But I'd say out of any, for lack of a better word, regular turn-based game, the Persona and Shin Megami Tensei games definitely have the best combat. They flow just as fluently as Expedition 33, and with the near endless amount of options at your disposal with all the personas you can collect, it really gets you giddy with excitement with all the things you could potentially do. You know someone's attention span is cooked when they can't sit through a minute at max to wait their own f***ing turn. And with new releases and even older titles, this argument gets pretty redundant real quick. Now, sure, turn-based games are objectively slower than real-time action games, but I feel like this argument gets highly exaggerated the more people use it. If you're playing at a recommended level and progressing through the game as intended, most battles tend to be a little over a minute long, then maybe 3 to 5 minutes at max if it's a strong enemy. And the only reason you think this is slow is because your impatient ass can't wait a few seconds for your goddamn turn. An example I can give for a turn-based game that feels quick in every battle is Shin Megami Tensei 3. Yes, the game that came out in 2003 feels fast. If a game from 2003 could make it work, any game from the last 15 years can. And while it's not as smooth as Expedition 33 or Persona 5's combat, SMT3 offers its own little features and nuances that make you want to keep playing, like recruiting demons, playing around with all the different Magatama that completely change Demi-Fiend's playstyle each time, and there's 25 of them. There's a lot. Play SMT3. And hey, if you're really that impatient, play Undertale. Or Deltarune. It's the best of both worlds. Now, I'm gonna be honest. I can't dictate what you find fun and what you don't. I completely detest RTS games. I've tried them, I just don't click with them. And the only ones I've ever enjoyed playing are Age of History 2 and Crusader Kings 3. Now, saying that I already have some that I enjoy may prove the entire point of this video, but for now I'll try to humor you motherfuckers. The fact is, some people just don't like some genres, and some people prefer to stay in their niche and not explore other niches. This is completely fine. If you've tried and it didn't click, alright, fair enough. Have a nice rest of your day. What bothers me is all of you people who have never played a turn-based game in their lives and claim it's ass. These people also tend to be the most normie-ass dudes when it comes to video game opinions. Probably haven't played the games they claim are good either. So, you know, take their word with a grain of salt. The reason I made this video is because of Expedition 33. It's one of the best RPGs that's come out in the last decade. And that's not an exaggeration. But the more I recommend it to people, the more they get turned off when I mention it's turn-based. So, to channel my frustration, I had to scream into a mic for however long this recording lasts. Just currently... oh damn, 8 minutes? That long? Holy shit. But alas, if you need a TLDR for this entire video, because I know you're not watching this and you only put it on to be background noise, I'm watching you. It's that you should try new things given the chance. Life's too short. Why limit the media you consume when you have so many options? That's all. Next video will be my review for Final Fantasy X, which I've been thoroughly enjoying for the past 2 weeks. It also coincidentally has one of the best turn-based combat systems I've ever played. Probably the best in the Final Fantasy series. And you can expect that to come out in the next few weeks. And I promise it's not a bluff this time, just trust me.